Hey guys, Shahan here, and welcome back from Gevelsberg at the Cool Runners karting track. We are back for the final of the Kartmasters season. Similar to the last race, it's my first time on this track, so I opted for another practice session the day before, which is by the way what you're seeing on the screen right now. This track uses proper racing tarmac on an indoor track, which is not that usual, so this means that you actually have a lot of grip. But don't get fooled, you will see how slippery this track can still be at some parts. Now it's time to head out first. Practice is underway, which means it's time for us to have a look at the track layout. So first, from this straight, you have a left-hander heading into a left hairpin, followed by a right turn leading into another right hairpin. Very easy on corner exit to touch the barrier here and lose a lot of momentum. Going into a double left, followed by a very tight chicane that you can still take full, heading into a very difficult left hairpin with a weirdly delayed apex and a barrier on corner exit. Both the left and right hairpin right now are very slippery and can catch you off guard if you don't pay attention. Heading into this long left-hander, you go into the second tricky corner, a long right where you take a nice bow, try to rotate the kart around and get back on power early to go around the left very fast and back onto the start-finish straight to complete the lap. Now this one was actually quite sloppy, so let's look at a faster lap from the practice on race day. Now Gevelsberg, believe me or not, is actually a pretty physical track, demanding a lot of body work and shifting your weight in the kart to ensure proper rotation around the tight corners. So physical fitness actually played a big role here and you really have to work your way around. Now out of the tight corners here you can see that I really try to push my way to the front all the time, helping my kart basically accelerate out of the slow corners. Back to start finish straight, we finish up with a 37.8, which earns us P4 in the practice session. Now we head into qualifying for race 1. As you can see, the track is a little difficult to overtake on again. Only turn 2 and 4 seem to have proper opportunity to set an overtake, so qualifying will be key again. Unfortunately, just like last time in Hattingen, I struggled to deliver pace on demand. Going 7/10 slower, this means I had to start race 1 from P11. Heading into the first start, I really tried to stick to the back of the guy ahead of me, trying to copy his line and then follow as close as I can. Like I mentioned, overtaking here is really hard, but I had to learn this the hard way. I completely overcooked my braking, ending up diving inside of Davide, ruining his and also my race. Major mistake on my side, big apologies to Davide, who I immediately spoke to after the race. Just like Hattingen last time, each driver has to complete one mandatory pit stop. Now, after around 3/4 of the first race, it was time for me to head into the pits for my mandatory pit stop. Pushing one button and waiting around 2 seconds, I guess, to drive off to the second button. Pushing this, you have to wait 10 seconds on the line before you're allowed to drive back out on track. You can see the screen on top indicating when you're allowed to go, and once it turns green, it's full throttle and off we go back on track. However, nothing happened anymore, which means that 5 laps later I crossed the finish line, still in P11. Now, because this genius forgot to turn on his camera, I have no footage on race 2. But to sum it up, I qualified P11 again and finished P11 too. But due to a pit stop infringement, I dropped down 1 place. Coming to the third race, I finished P11 in qualifying again, 3rd time in a row. Looks like I need to change my name soon. My friend Marco started right behind me, so it was game on to keep him behind for this session. But of course, try to seize any opportunity that could possibly come up in the front. Now I was kind of able to stick to the pack in front, but also too far away to make any kind of move. Heading into the last turn, I encounter understeer big time, with Marco crashing into my back because I was so slow. Now this meant I lost a lot of time and had a big gap to the people in front of me. I get a small push into turn 2, allowing Marco to go through, but I'm able to stick to the inside on turn 4, winning back my position. Having secured my spot again, it's time to put my head down, focus, and actually get in good lap time so I can catch up to the guys ahead of me. Now we are already at half distance when I overcooked my braking extremely, so I decided to just pit instead. Now heading back out on track, I encounter Marco again behind me. And as you will see, he will teach me that you can actually overtake on this track quite well. Now I make the rookie mistake, ignoring him, trying to take a wide line to get a good exit, and bam, he just cuts inside and overtakes me, going from P11 to P12. Let's look at it again from his perspective. Cleanly cutting inside, I was not aware at all, big mistake from my side and great overtake from him. Now I try to stick behind him, not losing too much time, and see if I can maybe force him into a mistake, getting back my position. Unfortunately, the lap count went down very fast and Marco was able to maintain P11, handing me P12. Now big shout out to him, that was a great drive. I will definitely make sure to link his video and his channel in the description down below. Make sure to check him out. Short fist bump and back into the garage. He already registered for next season, so we will definitely see him on this channel more often. Who we will also see is Gianluca, the guy in the cart ahead of me. Not only is he local to this track, but he's also the guy to beat next season, as he was able to claim the title on that day, so big congrats to him. And you will also be able to find his channel in the description below. He also posts great content on karting, so make sure to check him out. Heading into qualifying, I felt like the kart was behaving a little weird. It was very unstable, having oversteer on corner exit, but let's take a look at the lap itself first. Already you can see the big oversteer that I have to correct out of turn 2. I had actually no confidence in this kart, so I just tried to go around as clean as I could, avoiding all major mistakes, and you will see here just how careful I accelerate, because I was scared that the kart will oversteer and just send me into the shadow realm. Now I'm already prepared that it's gonna be bad, but with 38.7 I was a second slower than in the morning practice and saw everyone on formation passing me, so I knew I was cooked. Adding to that I will start P15 was only the last nail on my coffin for a miserable day. Race 4 starts, and knowing I didn't use my possible pace, I'm already really frustrated. So I tried to do anything to get out of this terrible situation. I was thinking of extending my stint and going for an overcut, which means that I wanted to pit closely to the end of the race. but I was somehow stuck behind this group of drivers ahead of me and was thinking that I could go much faster than they do. A little bit frustrated and, to be honest, also fed up with sticking behind this group, I was thinking a little bit about Marco's move and tried to copy it. So I seized the opportunity, dive inside, but locked my rear under braking. I lost a lot of time trying to overtake him. This meant that the kart behind me was actually able to overtake, handing me down back to P16. Now this means that I'm stuck behind one more slow kart ahead of me that I'm not able to overtake and have to stick behind with. Now you see the kart in front of me is clipping the barriers and doing multiple mistakes, but because the track is so narrow, I just can't find a way through, bumping into him multiple times. So I just decided to overthrow my strategy and come in early, to lap quicker around the hopefully free track. Now you see the kart ahead of me doesn't really bother me, because if you press the button you actually have two split screens allowing you to both pass the same amount of time, so actually there was no time lost under pit stop, thankfully. Now heading back out on track, I know it's crunch time. I really have to get down some laps and basically try my best to be able to make the undercut work and overtake him under pit stop. However, weirdly, shortly after, I was already back behind him. Now I'm not sure if he already pitted or if he was just slower on track. But this didn't help my situation. I was once again stuck behind and had to think about a way to overtake him. Now you see in turn 2 again, he has another oversteer moment, and because he positions his kart in the middle of the track, there was just no chance to get past him. And with every lap that I have to spend behind him more, I was just getting more frustrated. So I dive up the inside. Now I know I'm quite far behind, but I was also not sure if I was far along enough, so I just decided to hand him back the position, being safe that I didn't do any mistake. Now all this battling for position meant that the leaders were already approaching us, waving blue flags into the upcoming double left-hand chicane, a very tight section. The kart ahead of me just slows down, I get pushed from behind once, pushed twice, basically being sandwiched from front and from the back, leading to the driver ahead of me being pushed into the wall. Now of course I know that was not purpose, also not from the leaders. I think it was just down to very bad timing, but this meant that the race was lost and P15 was everything there is to the end. I talked to the guy that was pushed into the wall. He's alright, nothing happened thankfully, but it was just a race to forget. And this marks not only the end of the race, but also the end of the 2025 season. This means that we head into the winter break and that practice for next season is on from this day on. Now Gevelsberg will host the season opener next year. And since I will enter as a seasonal driver, I get the opportunity to make up for what I messed up this time. I look forward to coming back here and implement my improvements, but also to see all the guys back out on track. Hopefully fight for some decent finishes and even podiums. Or maybe even just a win, but let's see. For now, I say thank you very much for watching and I hope to see you again when it's time to jump back into the kart. Until then, make sure to like and subscribe, take care, have an awesome day, and I'll see you in the next one.